of 2020 with Rick Grinnell to meet with representatives of the Maduro regime. And the message then was very clear. Leave now, leave with whoever you want, leave with as much as you want, but leave. And the Maduro clan stayed and watched. And of course, that message of strength was undone by Bill Richardson, who said, well, the Bidens will be much more reasonable on all this and softer. And so the Maduro regime stayed around for another 4 years, and they lost an election this last summer, which they ignored. They lost it 70 to 30%. Okay, they lost by 40 points, and now they're clinging to power. And of course, they've emptied their jails, and their gang members are up operating all through the United States, including in Washington, New York, Boston, and Denver. And so these are the ones that ICE and CBP are wrapping up to send back. Maduro is got to be in a very compliant mode, because he realizes the amount of wrath that Trump has on this immigration issue. The hostages, and it's accurate to call them hostages. They were not legitimate prisoners. Those are people that are grabbed for really nonsense reasons by the Maduro regime as a tool, as a pawn to barter back in exactly situations like this happened. And it speaks to the illegitimacy of the Maduro regime. And counter to that is the likes of Chevron and Harry Sargent, who still have licenses left over from the Biden regime, where they're pumping Venezuelan money, Venezuelan oil, making enormous amounts of money, hundreds of millions of dollars per month. And they're spreading that money around Washington, trying to buy influence and patience for the Maduro regime to stay so that they can continue to pump oil, to the detriment of the 25 or 30 million Venezuelan people that voted for freedom, and that freedom has so far been denied. So it'd be interesting to see. I hope Rick was able to deliver that message that it is time to go. I hope Maduro is planning on making an exit plan right now. But my concern is that that mean tweets and sanctions might not be enough to move the Maduro regime down the road. So again, it will be an interesting next 9 months of American foreign policy.
And in the meantime, Maduro has no choice but to play ball in hopes that he gets more time in his dictatorial role.
I would say it's I call it the shits method: show interest, then stall, and that's exactly what he's doing.